Hello everyone, welcome back to EU4 as Byzantium, where we try to get the Mare Nostrum achievement, and we're gonna go forward a little, just a little bit I guess, because we're currently in a war with Persia to get the last 4 provinces we need in order to form Rome. I still think it's kind of stupid that we need these provinces to form Rome, but whatever. So yeah, we're gonna go forward a little bit, and while we do this, I'm gonna let you guys catch up on what you've missed. Now, I actually also need to start with an apology, I guess, because there hasn't been a video actually let's move in just so you can actually see what's going on. So yeah, there hasn't actually been a video for almost a week now, and the reason is very simple. I actually did record, but well, let's say things didn't work out exactly as planned, and what that means is, what I'm trying to say is, I guess, the war didn't go as well as I wanted to, the war with France. As you can see, it's already over. And so what happened was, I was extremely frustrated, and basically I had a episode recorded that was 25 minutes of only complaining, whining, ranting, shouting, and all that kind of stuff. And I guess there's some people who might find some joy in that, but I personally thought this makes for a very poor episode, so I decided not to put it up. Now, and afterwards, I actually had to let the game sit there just a couple of days because I needed to calm down to be able to play it again. And I think I've calmed down enough now to play once more. But things are, as I said, not looking too good. Let me explain to you what happened. So basically, if you remember, we're in the big war with against France, Venice, Tuscany, and some smaller nations. And I declared this war because at the same time, France was also fighting Bohemia, the HRE, Austria, and Portugal. So basically, everyone I could call in was in the war already. So I decided this is a good idea. I could pick off maybe some provinces, perhaps I could break the alliances. This was more what I was interested in. I was hoping they would break off the alliances, and then maybe they would start rivaling each other, like Venice and Tuscany would rival each other, or France and Spain, or just someone would rival, just so that they don't ally each other anymore. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Actually, France got their alliance back with Tuscany, so I broke it. That was a peace deal. I broke the alliances between France and Venice, Venice and Tuscany, and France and Tuscany. And what happened was, France got its alliance back with Tuscany, and instead of Venice, they now picked Spain. Venice did not really do too well. They have gotten their alliance back with Tuscany, but they did not get it back with France, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I was also able to grab 3 provinces from Venice, but that's it. And as you can see, we've went forward quite a lot of time. Now, the reason for this is that in between episodes, we also ran into internal conflicts, which basically caused me to go from, I don't know, I was like at 0 stability to -3, and then we had to buy it up to +1 stability with our precious admin points. And while you're in internal conflict, it's even more annoying because you actually have to pay 50% extra for the stability. Now, this really pissed me off because it set me back so far. I mean, because of this, we're getting so much corruption. I'm actually paying 50 ducats right now to get rid of the corruption. We actually, I think we left off at 18 corruption or something. We were at 18 corruption at some point, which is pretty high, and it obviously doesn't help with getting new technologies either. So we're really far behind in technology, and our economy is crap, especially compared to France, which owns the entire English Channel node and makes twice as much money. Now, this is something I need to show you. Let's have a quick look at the ledger here, at the countries. Now, despite the fact that we have so much more development, we have 500 more development than France. Despite this fact, France is making almost twice as much money as we are. And that is ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. And you should, one more thing you need to consider as well. We have more stability at the moment, and which obviously gives a boost to, I think, trade power, if I'm not mistaken. And also, France does not have to pay for its border forts. All the forts France has, they don't have to pay for. This is, by the way, something I'm doing. Right now, I'm not paying for anything. We're still running a deficit, and I only have 30,000 men. That's my entire army, even though our force limit is way higher. We should actually be at 180 troops right now, and we should be able to sustain it, but we're not. And that is just something that is really bad. So the state of affairs is not looking good. And to be honest, guys, we're not gonna make it. I've always, I usually don't play campaigns, that long. Like, usually, whatever I meant to achieve, I'm able to get much earlier. Now, this is obviously a bigger achievement, so I was kind of, I was aware that I had to go a little bit deeper into the game, I guess, a little bit longer into the game. But, I'm not too experienced with, obviously, going all the way the last 100 years. I haven't really had too many series with the last 100 years. So I know that you can get a lot of provinces because obviously the administrative efficiency goes up, so you have to pay less war score cost for provinces, and you also have to pay way less admin points in order to core things, and also your overextension doesn't get as high. But still, if we have a quick look at the map, let's first piece out though. We get war operations, give me money as well. Maybe get rid of some of your cores. I mean, might as well, right? While we're at it. Is that it? No, you have more. I know you have more. Baghdad. You wouldn't do that. You know what? I'm actually kind of interested in Baghdad, though. Alright. That he'll do. Alright, fine. We'll do that. So yeah, he's gonna get rid of 2 of his cores. So, basically, we need to take over all of Iberia, which, by the way, Spain just absolutely wrecked Portugal. I want to talk about that as well. We need to take over all of France, most of Italy as well, because the parts of Italy we have right now are not as high in development as the parts that Venice, Tuscany, and Venice and Tuscany own at the moment. So we need to take over so many things. It's ridiculous. And now, well, what happened was this was a colonial war between a Portuguese and a Spanish colony. But because Spain was allied to Venice and Tuscany and France, well, we got absolutely wrecked. They actually, for some reason, I think it was the Portuguese colony attacking. Therefore, Portugal was the attacker. They didn't call me in again in this war, and I guess I wouldn't have joined. And then they actually got declared war upon by Tlemcen. So I actually went ahead and started fabricating some claims on their stuff. But I just realized they no longer own Granada, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so even one more of my allies just broke in. So, I just don't think it's going to happen. I was always hoping for Spain and France to at least go to war. Maybe Spain fighting Venice, Tuscany, and France fighting Venice, Tuscany, and Spain at the same time. That would have been something that would have really helped out, but it never happened. So, yeah, I don't know. We can actually missionize something. Yeah, we'll not do that. We'll wait. Yeah, so this is the state of affairs, guys, and that's it, because I think I'm gonna make this the last episode of the series, because we're not gonna be able to get the Mare Nostrum achievement, I don't think. Like, I do believe that I'm gonna go forward off camera on my own, and it should, a miracle happen that I, integrate France for some reason. I don't know how that would be possible, but, through a miracle, if I should still, be getting close to the achievement, I will come back and we'll see another episode, but that is highly unlikely. So basically, I just want to wrap this up and, say thanks to all of you who have supported the series, who have watched it. I know it's actually drawn, it's actually drawn quite a lot of views, which is cool. So I'm actually even more disappointed that I can't, well, deliver what I've set out to get. But, it's just the way it is. I'm not going to be able to break through France. But let's, here in the end, let's have a quick look at, some map modes, and let's go over the ledger, because we did achieve quite a lot of things. Now, despite the fact we didn't get the Mare Nostrum, and we didn't form Rome, I still think we've done quite well. We've re-established the Eastern Roman Empire in its full glory. That we definitely have done. We have meant the schism, at least somewhat. We have restored the Pentarchy in Rome, so that's a pretty good thing. We had a lot of triumphs for Anatolia and Greece, so that's pretty nice, and a lot of other cool things. So let's have a quick look at, I think, first of all, the religion. So obviously we have brought orthodoxy to a lot of places in the world, most importantly, obviously, Rome and Jerusalem is under our control, so that's a pretty good thing. Actually, Orthodox, together with Russia, actually seems like... I mean, I guess Catholicism is still pretty strong with, yeah, especially the New World, France and Spain. But, you know, it's just funny to see how all of North Germany, basically, is Protestant. The southern parts of Germany, actually there is a lot of Orthodoxy. Hey, who's that? We converted that guy. We converted Memmingen. Look how he grew. Orthodox brother. Oh, not very nice, very nice. But other than that, they're Reformed in the south. And then we have one Protestant, one Reformed in the British Isles as well. And the rest is Catholic. This is really cool. I've never seen such pretty religious borders, I think. Because usually they're all over the place, but this looks very united. Other than that, obviously we have diplomatic map mode. We have our two allies, Bohemia, Russia. I would have kept the alliance. Well, I guess I could have never kept the alliance with Portugal anyways, because at some point we would have had to take them over in order to form Rome. So, you know, that's fine. Who else or what else? Development. I don't think there's anything too important. Paris has 47. Constantinople has 43. Should have probably taken Cairo as well. 39 development, that's pretty nice. But other than that, Constantinople is pretty good. Yeah, Rome is also 43. Rome is 43. So it looks as though Austria is 41. Holland 38. So other than Paris, I think we have the highest developed, yeah, cities. Constantinople and Rome with 43. The only city that is higher than that seems to be Paris with 47. So that's also quite nice. States and territories, well, I guess this is our core, these are our core lands, and the rest I didn't bother because we always lacked the admin points. Areas, I guess, well, I guess we could have a quick look at the regions that we needed to take over. So we've almost taken over all of Mashrik, just a couple more things from the Mamluks, but the Mamluks at this point, you know, they're not a threat. We would have easily been able to take them over. We have all of Caucasia, all of Anatolia, all of the Balkans. We own parts of Crimea, Carpathia, southern Italy, and also quite a lot of the Maghreb region. We even own 2 provinces of South Germany, interestingly enough. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Other than that, trade notes, yeah, obviously France is making so much money off the English Channel, and Spain is making likewise as much money from Sevilla. And Tuscany and Venice profiting from Genoa and the Venice trade now. So basically, we're the only ones without, you know, such a great end node. I mean, we're making our way into Venice, but still, we have not really that much influence here just yet. Yeah, Venice still has the high. Well, wow, look at that, 62. We only have 21. Yeah. All right. Other than that, human players. I guess we could have a look at this. We are actually in the process of annexing our vassal Tunis. We did annex Georgia, so that looks nicer. Abudas look, well, they look hideous over here, but this is kind of okay. What else? Cultures. Yeah, and a lot of guys wanted me to culture convert, but we just simply lacked the points. We did not have the points to culture convert, so I couldn't do that. Unrest, I guess that's not too important. Yeah, other than that, let's go with the ledger. So as I said, we have the most development in the game, and I think we also have, yeah, well, second to France, we have the most maximum manpower as well. Who's this? Kiev wants to ally us. No, I don't think so. Let's go back here. So that's pretty good. However, in technology, we really lack. So let's do it like this. Let's go for development. Just so we have France, and look at the difference in tech. Look at the difference in tech. Even Russia is so much better than we are. This is ridiculous. And also France doesn't not only have technologies, but they also have so much more, or so many more ideas. They make so much more money. It's just really, we have no chance. We have no chance against them. Let's have a quick look at armies maybe. Manpower right now is, obviously France has more. Well, that was to be expected. And look at the difference in troop size. You know, force limit wise, we actually have a higher force limit, which we should, since we have 500 more development. But look, we only have 34 men. And even still, our corruption is that high. You know, it's going down slowly but surely. But, you know, being an overextension all the time, I think that's really what's been causing it. And I've never really had the money to I guess, buy it down. I don't really like the corruption mechanic. I guess if you're starting out as France, or as another overpowered nation, I feel like it makes sense. It doesn't hurt you. If you don't want to go for world conquest, if you just want to play France, then that's fine. But if you're going, you know, as a small nation like Byzantium that's already struggling, it's really just adding, well, it's just adding more annoyances, I guess. But yeah, I don't want to turn this into a rant. I had to stop another video because of it. What else do we have? Anything else interesting to look at? Maybe navies? But yeah, our navy has just been declining. We have never built it. It got several times destroyed by Venice, Tuscany, Spain. I've just never bothered to, you know, look at the Phoenix fleet. It's a shadow of its former self. 20 galleys. And they're probably not even up to date. Actually, they are. Okay, never mind. But still, that's it. We have a huge transport fleet. And a couple of, well, merchant ships, but that's it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. One thing I do want to go over, actually one more thing I do want to go over, is our rulers. Because our rulers, we did not really have much luck with our rulers. Not at all. So we had a Regency Council, which is pretty decent, a 454. That was actually just recently that we had that. But unfortunately only ruled for 2 years. Other than that, we had, in the beginning, we had good rulers, like Theodosius, 643, ruled only for 8 years though, so that's kind of shitty. We had Theodorus III, I think, yeah, he was a second ruler, he was really good, a 653, that really helped us out. We were, I think, we were really doing well in the beginning, but we needed it. But other than that, our rulers were absolute shit. So that obviously didn't really help out either. But anyways, as I said, I'm gonna have to end this series here. As I said, if there is going to be a miracle, I might come back and show you the fulfilled Mare Nostrum as Byzantium, the restored Roman Empire, but I doubt it's gonna happen. So thank you all for supporting the series. I really hope you have enjoyed, even though, you know, unfortunately I wasn't able to get the achievement, but we did get the Basileus achievement, so it's not completely useless. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.